I'm George Flinn, and you're watching George Flinn Cares. And you can see this or any of the other episodes at georgeflinncares.com. You can spell it with GeorgeFlinn, cares, CARES.com, or GeorgeFlynn cares. Some people spell it one way, some the other way. I spell it with an I. But either way you put it in your computer, either way you put it in your smartphone or your tablet, you'll go to the website and you can see this or any of the other downloadable or rewatchable episodes at any time you like, even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. But I hope you'll stay tuned for this one, because what we're going to talk about is you and your emotions. And your emotions, pretty much run our lives. We all know that we, decide on doing something emotionally, and then we justify it logically. We want to buy a car emotionally, but we justify it by the gas mileage, the color, the interior, the accessories, the wheels, the comfort. We justify it logically, but as a matter of fact is we just want a car, and we just want that car, and no other car will do. So I just wanted you to know what we're talking about today. Now, you're going to want this number, 901-483-7000, because you can text me, you can call, you can leave a voicemail, you can contact me, 901-483-7000, and that will get you in touch. And if I don't answer, leave a voicemail. If you'd like to text, that's fine. I'd love to see your text and love to follow up with you on the voicemails. And if I pick up, I definitely will want to talk to you. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about our emotions. Your emotions and my emotions. We all have emotions. We're not emotionless beings. We all have them. And there's a lot of talk, the right brain, left brain. People talk about people being academic and people that's logical, and people being emotional. Now, normally, in day-to-day, as a physician, as an engineer, I'm definitely logical. And emotions get into it by seeing the patient, seeing what they're going through, getting involved. And in engineering, the same thing, seeing what will help people that emotionally drives what to do. But what I'd like to talk about is your emotions, not mine. You've heard enough about my emotions. We want to talk about yours. What do you do when you get emotional? And let's just take one emotion. Let's take anger. Now, I'm sure none of you have ever gotten angry. But if you ever get angry in the future, you'll know what we're talking about. That was tongue-in-cheek. I know all of us have gotten angry in the past, maybe in the present, and we may even get angry in the future. It's how we handle these emotions as to what we do. Most people know people, and I'm sure you're not one of them, that express the emotions. Now let's say anger. You're mad about a telephone call. You're angry about a telephone call. So you've just been talking on the phone. You slam down the phone. Or you throw down the phone. Or some people with their cell phones will throw them across the room. I don't suggest you do any of this. But that's expressing our emotions. If a computer doesn't work, we try it again. We hammer on it. We beat on it. That is not a good way to do it. Now, there's an old joke that I'll have to tell you. My last day in electrical engineering school, and this is a joke, they didn't really do this, but my last day in engineering school, they said, here's the secret, the key to engineering. And one professor did say this. It was joking, though. The key to engineering, if you try everything, you've calculated, you make your calculations, and you try everything and it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, take a hammer and beat on it. And that's the summation of engineering school. Not really, but it's a good joke. And sometimes it works. I have done that before, and it does work on certain things. So, expressing our emotions. That's what most people do when they get angry enough, mad enough. You know, I'm mad as blank and I'm not going to take it anymore. And they're yelling and screaming, and people look at them and say, "You're getting mighty emotional about this." And they are. They are getting emotional. Okay, the second thing that people sometimes do is repress. So sometimes you express, sometimes you repress or stuff or hold the emotions in. And that's just like building them up, and finally they boil over and boom. But sometimes people don't express their emotions. They do all repressing. And repressing your angry emotions or your powerful emotions leads to, depression. If you repress everything and think, I cannot express myself, I cannot say what I really mean, it's just not going to work for me to do that, it leads to depression. And depression is, a lot of people say, anger turned inward. So if you get angry and you turn it inward, you get depressed. Okay. So then there's one other thing that people do. And if any of these are you, go ahead and text me. What do you do? Do you express them? Do you repress them? What do you do with your emotions? 901-483-7000. I'd just love to hear what you do. 901-483-7000. Well, the next thing people do with their emotions is they run from them. And you're wondering, how do people run from their emotions? Well, you see it all the time. All the time you see it. It's a big challenge. It's a big problem in our society. In Memphis, in everywhere in the country, in Minnesota, in Florida, in Mississippi, in California, in North Carolina, it's all over. They run from them. Well, you say, how do they run from them? Drugs, alcohol, various addictions, and these addictions are generally in there to make people feel better. They take drugs to feel high, to feel better. They use alcohol to feel high, to feel better. That is running from them with an addiction. Gambling addiction, any kind of addiction, is usually running from an emotion because it gets you away from the bad feeling, or it alters your mood. It's a mood-altering substance. Mood-altering people are out there. People that alter your mood. You can become addicted to them. It goes on and on. But basically what we're saying is you can express, you can repress, or you can run from your emotions. Now, there is one other possibility that very few people use, and that is address. Address your emotions. So you can, remember, you can express, you can repress, you can run from them. I didn't have one that rhymed with that, so I didn't push it. But you can address your emotions. And if you address them, what do you do with them? Most people think, oh, I'm afraid they're too powerful. I may blow up. Well, if you see the emotions as just energy, as just connections in the brain going on, then you can do something about it. So you need to see your emotions as things, as just chemical reactions going on in your brain. And guess what? You have control of them. You have control of those chemical reactions in your brain by the thoughts that you put in your head. Isn't that interesting? How could you get rid of all of these powerful emotions? Well, a computer can have a virus, and you can put in more and more data into the computer. And more data into the computer, if it has a virus in the operating system, doesn't help. So if you've got a virus or a misconnection or something going on, something you learned incorrectly, and you keep putting data in and data in, it still doesn't work. What I would like to do is help you reprogram or clean the viruses out. And I think we can do this. If you're interested in doing something like this, go ahead and text me. 901-483-7000. Again, that's 901-483-7000. So my idea for you is to help you find out how to address the emotions so you don't have to repress them, you don't have to express them, and you don't have to run from them. You can absolutely address them and let them pass on. Let them leave, where you're not left holding in all of this, whatever is going on, anger and ruining your life by just holding on to things that people, the person you're angry with might not even know you're alive. The person that you're so mad at might not even care. So what I'm trying to do is get you to take control of your thinking, take control of your emotions, take control of your emotional life so that you have a happy life. That's what we're about. That's what I would like to see you have. A happy life. And why do I want to do that? Because I really do care. I really do care. As a physician, as a person, as an engineer, as a radio broadcaster, TV broadcaster, I really do care what happens to you. And I hope that comes through, because I'm not trying to sell you anything except sell you on yourself. Sell you on having that happy life that you deserve. I'm George Flinn, and this has been GeorgeFlynnCares.com. I'll see you next time.